I want to know, who is that one African artist you have on repeat this year?
One African artist, I really like Tupac. I don't know if they still working, but I really love Tupac. He's my best African artist.
That was my first time hearing bro speak. Like, I ain't never heard his voice before, but I don't think he understood the question. Like, technically, Tupac is of African descent, and he's a Pan-Africanist. You see what I'm saying? But I don't think that he would qualify as being an African artist.
Khaby 100% understood the question, and his answer is his answer. Africans see African Americans as Africans. So when you hear an African call an African American artist his best African artist, he said what he said and he meant what he said. The majority of us growing up listened to Tupac because our parents used to listen to Tupac. And just like our parents fell in love with him, we fell in love with him. This sister says Tupac is almost every African's favorite artist. There are murals of him in Africa. Then the creator responded, I didn't know Tupac was big like that in Africa. I learned something new today. Yes, Tupac is big in Africa. I should highlight this brother's comment that says Tupac is a big boss in Africa. This sister says, my Nigerian husband loves Tupac more than anyone, including me. Laughing emojis. This person says, Tupac is Somali. I saw him yesterday in a tuk-tuk driving to Hargeisa. People in Africa love old music, plus Tupac is really loved out there along with 50 Cent. Put a pin on this comment, please, somebody. Like me, for example, it was from listening to old school American jams when my dad played them. That was how I got to know artists like Nelly. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I definitely was not supposed to be listening to that, but I did though. R. Kelly, I don't even know if we're allowed to say his name anymore. Biggie, Snoop Dogg, who else is there that I can remember that my dad used to listen to? Whitney Houston. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. By the way, that was played at the gym today while we were doing aerobics, and my goodness, it was really going with the movement. I wanna feel the heat. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Tina Turner, Michael Jackson, and the Jackson 5. Oh, baby, give me one more chance. Show that you love. Won't you please let me back to your heart? These are a few of the old school artists that I listened to growing up. They were a big part of my childhood. They were a big part of the childhood of other Africans as well. We saw these people, they looked like us. You'd be watching TV and you'd be like, wait a minute, this person looks like a maker that lives down the street. We could see the obvious similarities between us. So of course we went, yeah, these are definitely, undoubtedly our people. And the same thing goes for like Jamaica. I grew up thinking Jamaica was a country in Africa. I grew up thinking legit that Bob Marley lives on the continent with me. Do you know how heartbroken I was when they started teaching geography in school and I could not find Jamaica on the African map? I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean Jamaica isn't in Africa? It's experiences like this that we've had on the continent here. Enjoying you people's music, enjoying you people's culture from the diaspora, and really buying into it and vibing with it and loving it and embracing it and, you know, really feeling like one with it. And this is why I always say, in reference to our brothers and sisters who don't see themselves as African, if you don't see yourself as African, it's fine. To me, you are still a beloved brother. To me, you are still a beloved sister. So yes, I am not going to force an identity on you. That's not something I do. That's not how I roll. But I see you as African. And that's not something that I can stop doing. That's not something that I want to stop doing. And as a matter of fact, I am not the only African that feels this way. I'm an African from Nigeria. Khaby is an African from Senegal. And there are people just like us across the continent. This video, as I am editing right now, the 9th of February 2024, 11 a.m. West African time, has over 1,400 comments. And the majority of people in the comments are African people talking about how African Tupac is. This sister says, Tupac is African by fire, by force. We claim him. You missed how deep his answer was. We embrace our African Americans as Africans, period. This is why I tell people that You might meet one or two bad apples. You might meet one or two Africans that are lost in the sauce, confused Africans, but they don't speak for the millions of us. Because to the majority of us, we see you and we accept you and we love you. And just to put it out there, the three African diasporan legends in Africa are Tupac, Bob Marley, and Michael Jackson. Those are our top three. They are the big dogs, the chairman them, now you they see so, the Odogus them, now you they see so. But back to Tupac, do you know we have a look-alike of him in Nigeria? We call him Naija Tupac.
It's boy Track again. To protest against the bad government. Police brutality. Old president.
This guy lives in the same city as me, by the way. I actually met him during the NSAS protest because I went for the NSAS protest myself. And let me tell you, the resemblance is uncanny. I don't know. I just felt like throwing this in here because it's a fun fact.
Though he is one of my favorite artists of like all time. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about all time. Shout out to DeVito and Burna Boy and Tyler and all the other African artists. But back to Tupac though. Y'all know Tupac was raised by Black Panthers. His mother, Afeni Shakur, was a part of the Panther 21 that was locked up for a whole bunch of crazy charges in I think 1969. She defended her damn self while pregnant with Pac and got herself acquitted. Tupac Amaru Shakur was named after an Inca warrior that his mom was inspired by. After Tupac was taken away from us, Afeni Shakur learned about how the music industry was pimping on her son, and guess what she was able to do? Get that shit back, just like she was able to fight for herself in that courtroom. She was able to fight for the royalties and the masters and the ownership of a lot of things her son did. Education is elevation.
I'm African and Tupac is a symbol of Black African revolution. And just to be clear, this is not me coming at this brother at all. No, that's not what this is. I'm a big fan of this brother and his work on TikTok. I understand him not being sure whether or not Tupac would pass for an African artist, either to us African people or to everybody in general. So just like the Africans in his comments, my intent here, my goal here was to further highlight our perspective and how we see Tupac and our brothers and sisters in the diaspora in general. And I thought I should bring this on here as well, just in case if there are other people out there who, after seeing Khaby's interview on the red carpet, were wondering the same thing. They too can come by this video and understand why Khaby responded the way he did. And overall, I just thought the way the video went and how it was received and responded to in the comment section, it was wholesome and nice and all of that. I thought I should highlight that as well. Because, you know, the negatives sometimes, like when we have our little fight here and there, those negatives tend to be very highlighted and it seems sometimes like there is no positive. So when positives like this show up, I think we should highlight them. It's very important we highlight the positives in our lives, the positives in our everyday interactions, the positives in our everyday experiences, especially as these positives relate to how we see, think, and feel about ourselves. Because these positives helps bring us more together, and quite frankly, that's what we need as a people. Like the saying goes, united we stand, divided we fall. I don't know about anyone else, but I don't like falling. For those of us who don't know who Khaby Lame is an African from Senegal. He is a social media personality and he's known for his funny TikTok videos where he silently mocks people who make simple things complicated. He blew up on TikTok, went super viral at the moment as at December 2023. He is the most followed person on TikTok with millions and millions of followers. 161 million followers to be exact. Just to give those of us who don't really know him an idea of what his content is like on TikTok, these are a few examples. his content very unique to him, and he's loved by many. And of course, he made an appearance. English wants to kill me. He made an appearance at the Grammy Awards that just went down a couple of days ago, and he did on stage with Trevor Noah his signature TikTok content, and it was very interesting. Check it out.
And the Grammy goes to...
He has a very interesting backstory too. Man has come a long way. He is, quite frankly, an inspiration. So yeah, I came by this video from our good brother, The Conscious Lee, on TikTok. And as an African, I thought I should jump in here and, just add my small money on top. The Conscious Lee is a guy that I really appreciate on TikTok. He's a smart brother. I absolutely enjoy his content. I've been following him for a good while now. At some point, we're even mutuals on my previous accounts before it got taken down. Anyways, it's getting dark. I quickly just want to bring this on here. Do let me know down below in the comment section what you think about this video. And of course, as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!
African music is trending globally right now. I want to know, who is that one African artist you have on repeat this year?
One African artist, I really like Tupac. I don't know if they still working, but I really love Tupac. He's my best African artist.
What you won't do, you won't do for love. You tried everything, but you won't give up. What you won't do, you won't do for love. You tried everything.